But you don't know this virus. It's new, it's different. It mutates and goes in different directions with a different strain of itself. So whether I'm present or absent, the Executive Council of the Nation of Islam must call our scientists. Come and let's sit down. Our virologists, our epidemiologists, those of us who know the science. We cannot let them bring anything to us that we don't dissect.
Must have been doing some dissecting. That's what it was. Because we won't let them bring anything that we are not willing to dissect.
That's right. That's right. Listen, it's Thursday Talks, Brother Lau, Brother Anthony. Listen, we here. Now you may be seeing some folks that are missing from the platform at this moment. So shout out to Sister Kalila.
On the road again. Sister Kalila's on that road. Y'all give her some love. She's out there on that road. Right. Drive safely. She probably trying to
safely, my sister.
Listen in. Don't look at the video. Just keep getting to where you gotta go.
Right, just keep.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, welcome everybody. Welcome on in. Please, you know what we do. Tag, share, Facebook. We need family, friends, cousins, auntie, nephews, nieces.
Go get your people.
Everybody. Right. Go get your peoples, like Brother Lau said, okay? Because we got something really exciting. Listen, before I even get started, Ramadan Mubarak. Greetings. Praise be to Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Just welcoming everybody in. So happy to be here. And listen, high spirited on a Thursday, because you know it gets rough after a while on a Thursday. You know, we get in here, but this is a good time because we got good information to share. We have a special guest. He's gonna be talking about some good stuff, but I won't let the stuff out the bag yet. But I'm gonna keep it in. Keep it in, okay?
Why y'all go get your peoples?
Why you go get your peoples? And then we're gonna tag some people in here so we can keep on sharing the love, so we can make sure we got a good packed show. But listen, I won't belabor the message. I just want to say welcome everyone. Please like and share. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on YouTube. So again, we got a good treat tonight. I am your sister Michelle. I'm your moderator for this evening. I will hand it off to you.
Wait. Now, before you hand it off, you are Sister Michelle Muhammad, and you are but you are the hostess with the mostest. Got to give us some love, right? See, that's one of our problems. Try to pass it on. Get that love every once in a while. Y'all know.
That's right.
No, yes, sir.
That's right. All right, Brother Lau.
Ready?
Oh, there. Wait a minute. There you go. Something like that.
Right there. And we're off and we're running. That's praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Praise the Lord to my Christian brothers and sisters. Power to all you Black revolutionaries and to all you peace and freedom loving people across the land. Peace and blessings, and welcome to another edition of Thursday Night Talks with the 7th Region Coalition. And I'm going to tell you again, go get your peoples. Go get your youngins. Right? How many different words do we have for youngins? Go get your youngins. Go get your jits. Y'all supposed to help me out. Go get your chillin'.
Come on.
Right? Go get baby in them. Right? Youth focus. Go get them young ones, them little whippersnackers under 18. Go get them real quick, right? And the ones that are peeping up on 25, go get them for tonight's program, right? And so, just in case some of you need to be reminded, the 7th Region Coalition. Think about this. Think about a people in a very treacherous time, like, maybe after a pandemic, maybe still in the pandemic, about to experience some more pandemic. Need some guidance. So imagine that ship coming across treacherous waters at night.
Come on.
But there's a lighthouse. And that lighthouse, it gives clarity, it gives vision, it gives information, it gives inspiration. And that's what we do here on the 7th Region Coalition. We give that information, that inspiration, so that you can see the light and walk therein in the fullness thereof. Some of y'all should recognize that language. Now, you don't recognize that language, get your book back out and start reading, right? But
right.
Look, but Sister Michelle, before I go to my brother, and as we're giving an introduction, because he's not just our brother tonight who's with us, but he actually is our special guest. But before we go to our brother, we always like to give a shout out to the 7th Region Coalition team that is seen and unseen.
And not seen. That's unseen,
right. And there's a particular brother who's a part of the 7th Region Coalition team. And I just want to highlight real quick. This brother is not only a hard-working brother.
That's it. That's right.
But he's a conquering lion. Right? Y'all see that brother right there?
Come on.
It is. There he goes.
I want to make sure y'all can see him, because that's our big brother, Brother Lawrence X, or Dr. Lawrence, if you want to call him. And as you can just see in this post that he has here, family, and some of y'all might not even know this, he says the 12th and final round. Our brother has been fighting cancer, cancer and whooping its behind. Look, first of all, let's look at the picture, right?
Come on.
Right, and you tell me who's winning. Is cancer winning, or is Brother Lawrence winning? When you look at that picture there, right? Right.
Hands down, Brother Lawrence.
Come on, right? And some of you need that kind of inspiration. And so I just want to say, he says here, hear my story and others' journey with cancer on his new podcast called The Depths of Blackness. That first show is going to be coming up on the second Tuesday of the month on Facebook Live. You can catch them on YouTube. Some of you are cancer survivors. Some of you know people trying to survive cancer. Some of you know people who are losing the battle and don't look that strong. So I just wanted to kind of give you that information. That's one of our brothers from the 7th Region Coalition, our brother Lawrence. And we want to make sure that you fight that good fight.
That's right. Praise be to Allah.
So with that being said, I know, some people are looking for Brother Tony.
I know, that's right. He's coming. Right?
Y'all know Brother Tony got 15 jobs.
Come on now.
Every last one of those 15 jobs that he has is in the resurrection of his people. So
that's right.
You're gonna see our brother shortly, and we're gonna allow our brother Tony to join in as we get moving forward here. But Sister Michelle,
yes, sir.
You ever heard that saying that it is not respected in his own home? Right. So, Brother Anthony, even though you are a special guest tonight. So because you are our special guest tonight, we're going to treat you, dear brother, with the same royalty, in the same respect of every other guest we bring here on the 7th Region Coalition Thursday Night Talks. And so with that being said, Sister Michelle, are you prepared to read the bio so we can get into this beautiful interview?
Yes, sir. I'm back. Yes, I am. And I see Brother Tony coming.
Time out. We had a sighting. Ladies and gentlemen. Time out, Sister Michelle. Before you read the bio, we just had a sighting. It's Brother Tony Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kareem. And look at you, right on time for your intro, brother.
My intro.
Yes,
come on, bring it, Brother Tony.
Peace, Otep, Shalom, Baragani, Buenos Dias, Assalamu Alaikum. Greetings to everyone tuning in to the 7th Region Coalition to help save lives, as we are still saving lives.
That's right.
Whether we are in a pandemic or, experiencing some other type of pandemic, pandemic of racism, a pandemic of white supremacy, which is causing all of this trouble in the world today. Yes, and so we thank Allah for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for his guidance and for the guidance that he's given our 7th Regional Minister, which is the reason why we have the 7th Region Coalition to help save lives. So I am very honored and blessed to be here. I see my brother Anthony. All praise to Allah. And Brother Lyle and Sister Michelle, always an honor and a pleasure to be with both of you.
Look at that brother, just sliding right on time.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. Way to represent. And rest of y'all, go get your peoples. Go get your peoples.
Especially your young ones.
Right. That's right. Go youngins, chillins, all that. We call all them names out. Sister Michelle. Who's our guest
sir. Ooh, Brother Anthony Muhammad. Well, listen, it's Brother Anthony Muhammad. We had him on the show last week, if you didn't know, right? When we had Brother Dimitri on. But let's reintroduce him, because we're gonna be getting into what he's gonna be talking to us tonight about, and you surely want to make sure you have some people with you. So please like, share. Let's get your people on, and let me get into this bio. So, Brother Anthony Muhammad is our brother. Okay, is our brother first and foremost. He's a defender of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and a student under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Let me emphasize, student under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. With his educational network called Brain Food TV, and that's what we're going to be talking about this evening, he's taking the teachings, taking the teachings and putting it into music. Ooh, so that the youth can find it more appealing. And we're going to be talking about his most recent release, Ain't That Something? Okay, did I say that right? Ain't that something? Okay.
Yeah. Something. That's right. Depending on where you from. Where you up?
Come on.
Right. Say with the accent.
Right. Depending on where you from.
That's right.
All right. So he's out of our mosque, okay, our Miami mosque in the 7th region, out of mosque number 29. If you didn't know, Miami mosque number 29, okay.
305.
And, that's right. And he's joining the 7th Region Coalition under his platform, which is going to be talking about that very, very soon. The Next Generation. Here is our brother Anthony Shaheed Muhammad, and we're going to give him some questions. But
give him some love. Come on, y'all, brother Anthony Shaheed Muhammad. Give him some love. Give that brother some love.
Thanks you all for that warm welcome. Praise be
my
to
goodness,
Allah.
man. I tell you, even to have a name like that, man, you must have been birthed by some very special people. Right? You know?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask the first teeny question. First of all, how young are you, my brother?
I am 26 years old, my brother.
26. I remember 26.
I do too.
26, right? So, brother, now it wasn't that long ago. The first 26 anyway, but then the second 26, but that's a whole nother story. Brother Anthony, people who are meeting you for the first time, dear brother, let's go back. Let's go back to your childhood and whatever you want to share about people, about who is this brother. Take it away, my brother.
Well, assalamu alaikum, family. Ramadan Mubarak to anybody who is practicing in this holy month of Ramadan. And I'd like to thank you all for even having me on this platform, considering me in such a high space that I seen you all at when I came through the doors of mosque number 29. You know, I have looked up to you all, and Allah has helped me to climb up a ladder to where I can finally sit and share knowledge with you all and be a part of the process and resurrecting our people. So I first want to thank you all and the leadership of the 7th Region for inviting me to this platform. I am a brother, you know, I was born in the nation. My father and my mother were in the Nation of Islam and still are, and grew up in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan, and currently in Detroit, Michigan. And I moved down to Florida about, I would say, like 8 years ago. And I came up processing in Orlando, and then finally moved down here to the mosque in Miami to help me sort of with the launch of my spiritual growth and to feed off of the minds in this region here. So, you know, in that process, you know, I was blessed to be making music, which is something that I really love to do. And as I, you know, downloaded the teachings, I had to sort of edit my verses, you know, and that was a beautiful thing. You know, you start taking certain words out and start putting certain things in. And during that journey, it sort of, I didn't know that Allah was preparing me for a educational network or Brain Food TV, but that translated into me, since I was trying to take the teachings and make it interesting in music. You know, just being good with words, I just thought, you know, I can't sit around and waste the gifts of Allah, so I have to get up and speak the truth from the mountaintop, as our dearly beloved guide in our midst, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches. So that's the point where I'm at, and I'm just glad to be here and in the progression of getting into the next generation platform.
Let's back up some, brother. Let's back up, because you said something early on, and it caught my ear.
Yes,
you said you were born in the Nation of Islam.
Yes.
So that means from the womb you were in a Muslim household.
Yes, sir.
And that also must mean coming out of the womb, you were in a Muslim family, but in a non-Muslim world.
That's right.
Talk about some of your childhood experiences, brother, and what kind of things you may have battled with, or what kind of things that you were able to be blessed with because of the household you were born in.
Yes, sir. So that's such a beautiful question. I think that when we think about the scientific fact that opposites attract, I can say that I was fully attracted to what the world had to offer. And I'm thankful that Allah even let me enter what we could call the street life, to where I can figure out the worst parts of myself. So I was, just into the go play basketball and smoke at the park kind of world that I was in. And
time out on that point. Don't lose your thought. All you parents out there that got young brothers that are in the play ball and smoke at the park mode, go get your peoples now.
Right,
go ahead, brother.
Right. You got a testimony right here.
That's right.
We find the word test in testimony.
That's right. So as my father sort of figured out that I wasn't like school. If it ain't working, there's something going on. There's something either with you or something wrong with the school. And so we figured out that it's a little bit of both.
Confession is good for the soul.
And so, I definitely had the interest in music. So when I moved down to Florida, I was going to Full Sail University. And that was, it was pretty interesting while I started. But then I sort of started to wake up to the things going on in the world. And I had forgotten just completely about the teachings, honestly. And as I'm sort of going through conspiracy theories and things of that nature, I end up on a video of the minister expressing his heart, going in on the world bankers and the corruption that they were imposing on the world. And as I seen the tears flow from his eyes, I got all the information that he put in that video was everything that I had learned from about 60 videos prior to that. And it only took one from the minister to get me to understand all of them. So once I noticed, I said, okay, well, I can shorten my time of knowledge and come into the completion of knowledge through this man. So after that, I got addicted to the teachings, and it just, from I would say like 8 a.m. to 4 a.m. I mean, 8 a.m. to 4 a.m. I would just be submersed in the teachings. I couldn't even sleep from it. So eventually, I left school, and this was something that I sought to pursue. And my father really helped put it in context what that would do.
Time out. I got to call a quick timeout, because you just you gave some parents a heart attack real quick.
Yes,
and I want to resuscitate them real quick, right? Because when you said you left school, they was like, "Oh my God, oh Lord!" Relax, family. You just heard our brother told you that he's a walking college.
Come on.
Wow.
When you listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and you get that many of those sermons, those lectures, that's school for real. So don't panic. If your children are talking about walking outside of the college, maybe they need to become a walk-in college like our brothers. So I just wanted to resuscitate them real quick, brother. That's
praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. And so, as you know, I decided to make that move, and my father just told me that it comes with a self-sufficient lifestyle. So you would have to know what type of plan that you have, And
Code talk. Code
Yeah.
talk for you're on your own, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep. Yes, sir. And so he made it plain, and once he started to see where it was going, and just how serious I was about it, and he started to see the importance in my life, he just helped me through the process of doing that. And he's even more happy at this point that I graduated the class of God to come into the learning, I would say the preschool of God, because that's what we learn. We learn our preschool knowledge as we come in and accept these teachings. And so, I moved up to kindergarten, and that was enough for my father to be proud to see that I was in that Lamb's book of life, to be able to accept these teachings and go forward and spread them all to the world. So that's the point where we're at now. And I'm just once you sit in the seat that Allah wants you in, you can start to see the view and see where you're going next. So that's sort of what I'm doing now, and just seeing what doors open up just off the effort of spreading these teachings.
Wow. Before we go to Brother Tony or Sister Michelle, I just want to encourage our parents out there. That was just a beautiful example. Don't give up on your children.
Come on.
Let them find their way, and support them as they're finding their way. And they could end up a beautiful product like this young brother you see before you right now, who don't look no more than 15 or 16.
I know.
The teachings too. But what a blessing, man. What a blessing. Brother Tony, Sister Michelle.
Go ahead, Brother Tony. Yeah.
No. I defer. Wait.
I
defer to you.
No. Well, I know what question I want to ask, but you can go ahead, because it looked like there was something on your mind. Go ahead. I can wait. Go ahead.
Okay. We're not gonna go back and forth in Ramadan.
The out courtesy of the righteous.
I do have a question for Brother Anthony on a personal level.
Yes, sir.
What are some of the signs? What are some of the indicators for you that you are on the right path, on the track of life that you are divinely supposed to be walking in?
Yes, sir. Man, that's a beautiful question. I think once you can realize your purpose, which is the beginning of all things, that have materials that can produce the mind and reflect the image of God as well, if you submit to what the will of God is for yourself. And so I think once you figure out your purpose and you start to get in motion and get into where you manifest the best version of what your gifts can bring to this world, then you'll see that God opens doors that you never knew you could even enter. So any world that you're in, whether it's music, education, I don't care if you were originally a garbage man, if you acquire the mindset that, if I charge a cheaper service to my community and get the people within my community and hire them to help clean up the community, maybe we could service a charge to help keep the community completely clean, and it won't be expensive for everybody. It'll be a little. So, it just, the mindset that you acquire while you're on the job is what you should be thinking of. How can I break apart and be independent of what I've learned from working for somebody else?
Okay, praise be to Allah. Well, my question is really about, the next question is, it's going to lead us into our main topic, but the first portion of my question is, what were some of the prime interests that you had? It always happens.
Sister Michelle, while he's finding that prime interest, just based upon what Brother Anthony said, I just dropped into the chat a nice piece from Dr. Martin Luther King that most people probably never heard. He was talking to a middle school, and it was called Having a Blueprint for Life. Having a blueprint for life.
Wow.
Go ahead, my sister.
Okay, so sorry about that, because we're trying to get people in, so it does happen. So my apologies. But my question was, what were some of your prime interests when you were growing up? That's one part of the question. Then I got something else coming right behind it.
Yes, ma'am. So some of my prime interests were, I would say, music, and I would have to say like truth, but to the point to where, you know, when you're so into truth and what that means, when you encounter people who have no intention to be true, then it sort of takes away from your own experience of the benefit of what it is to embrace truth. So
wait, brother. Did you just say you met a whole bunch of liars and schemers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother Anthony, being around a music industry.
Come on.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be finding a whole lot of that.
That's right.
Every level.
That's right. That's right. So in that, you know, I think that that was one of my interests that led me to a lot of things, which is the content that was in my music and just how I treated people. So really basketball, truth, and music. And all of that really.
You still play ball, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you do, huh? Okay,
yes, sir.
So 7th region official. We got it right here, family. The date to be determined, right? 7th region coalition basketball game.
Come
old
on.
School versus the new school.
Come on now.
Old school versus new school.
I'm down for it.
You be the captain of the new school team.
Okay, all right. I'm down for that.
And I'll be the captain of the old school team. We're gonna get that balling on, brother.
Brother Anthony, just don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Okay?
I'm trying not to. I'm
gonna play referee. I'm not gonna get recruited from either side.
Oh my Lord. Okay, well, beautiful. Okay, now here's the other portion of the question. That was good. Thank you, Brother Lap. Other portion of the question is, what led you to pursue your educational network, which is called Brain Food TV? Because I'm interested in what led you in that direction.
So initially, like Brother Ben X, right? And just seeing the possibilities of that, and when I see him, like, you know what you can do as a person. So you say to yourself, well, I know I can do that, but how do I do it in my own way to where I could use the natural gifts that Allah gave me to be able to do the same thing and do it and still be my own individual while doing it. So in that, you know, it just was, I always was interested. I would say, I always had an interest in defending the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And as long as I can do that and bring proof to it, so that people, when they hear it, they have a better understanding of what they're hearing. That's my motivation right there on anything that I do educationally.
You know what? I got a sneak peek. You know how to get a personal preview before something's like Dave. You know, when I just heard you say that, Brother Anthony, I got a sneak peek at your newest music video, my dear brother.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta tell the audience, don't worry, audience, we're gonna let you see it in just a minute, but go get your peoples.
Go get your people. Come on,
you did exactly what you just described, brother, in this particular video, man. And you know, we're gonna show it. I don't know, we're gonna show it right now. I want to wait a little bit, but I think it's important for people to see what you just said and how you talked about becoming a defender of the teachings, but you put it in the flavor and it can reach our young people. Matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and show the name of the video is called what now?
It's called Ain't That Something.
Ain't That Something. Why don't we take a look, brother, right now at Ain't That Something? And while y'all are go getting your peoples, and y'all got all these young people running out here rapping about shooting mom in the head and making sure Papa stayed dead and making sure baby ain't got no bread. And we got brother here talking sense, right?
That's right.
Now, some of you who have soft ears, you know, that there may be a flicker or two that might make your earlobe go jingle, jingle. But other than that, you should be just fine. Come on, brother. Let the people see it. Your new single. Right? Ain't That Something?
Yeah, let's too funny.
You all can see the screen here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, praise be to Allah. So we're gonna go ahead and, dude, I guess this is the full screen. Okay.
You go to Nigeria, which is, if not the most corrupt nation in Africa, and it is, it could be the most corrupt nation in the world. Minister Farrakhan.
Oh, now, Mr. Wallace.
It is the most corrupt nation. I've been there 25 years ago, and I've been there as recently as last year. Fine. So what? 35 years old. That's what that nation is. Now here's America, 226 years old. You love democracy? Put it there in Africa. You're trying to force these people into a system of government that you just have accepted 30 years ago. Black folk got the right to vote. You don't have any moral position to tell anybody how corrupt they are. You should be quiet.
Okay. Now, to get ourselves out of this situation, I need your participation. Yeah. How do we solve the conflicting situation concerning the retaliation due to the police relations? See, our unification is the only thing that leads to our liberation. You see, how do we liberate ourselves when we hate ourselves? Damn. We gotta face the enemy, but can we face ourselves?
It's a war coming, we should brace ourselves.
Hey, everybody wanna push my buttons. I've been in 10 years, you can tell me nothing. It's funny how the government, the ones who addresses all corruption, nigga, ain't that something? You wanna be respected, but you'd rather be a bitch than a woman, huh? 2 years ago, my teacher said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they looking at him like, ain't that something?
That dream that I had that day has been once turned into a nightmare.
They put their claws right in your head. And then turn around and accuse you of attacking them. Every case of police brutality against the nigga.
Hey, I'll tell you what's the problem. The problem is these artists ain't speaking out on the problem. The videos that I promote the actions of the masses as a deadly lifestyle. Now we surprised somebody got them. Subliminal Nikki, don't want girls to be famous and make $1 million. You got it with nothing on your cover album. Where's Martin? Where's Marcus? Where's Malcolm? All these motherfuckers for the bottom line want to put these preachers inside a missile asylum. Lying to my people while you pull off in a Benzo. I'm Wisconsin probably passenger trying to avoid the window. Everybody get down. I see the devil in a trench coat. Police burning down and probably falling as a tempo. Touch one of my brothers and my sisters, I ain't fearful. You can't stop me when the father told me this is what I'm here for. Do something for ourselves while we waiting on a miracle. Oh. Everybody wanna push my buttons. I've been in it 10 years. You can tell me nothing. It's funny how the government, the ones who addresses all corruption, nigga, ain't that something? You wanna be respected, but you'd rather be a bitch than a woman, huh? 2 years ago, my teacher said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they looking at him like, ain't that something? Everybody wanna push my buttons. I've been in it 10 years. You can tell me nothing. It's funny how the government, the ones who addresses all corruption, nigga, ain't that something? You wanna be respected, but you'd rather be a bitch than a woman, huh? 2 years ago, my teacher said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they looking at him like, ain't that sisters? How you been? Can I depend on you to help the next generation of men? I'm bringing light to the fact that we can no longer pretend that an abusive baby daddy now has an effect on him. All that bullshit TV, you gotta watch it. Teach you not to not succeed, it's not an option. All you slow is them new jeans, you niggas rockin' man. Wish out without the Cuban and the Rolex watches. Know that you got a father regardless if you adopted your siblings. All of these brothers and sisters don't got an option. Don't want to send us to college, demanding that we be silent. The powers increasing poverty just to increase the profit, which means the rank of billion is going after the pockets. When you open up your optics and recognize you can stop it, it's middle finger to you with your helicopters and lobster police and politicians. See a generation of monsters. Hold up, everybody wanna push y'all buttons. It's been 400 years, you can tell us nothing. It's funny how the government, the ones who addresses all corruption, nigga, ain't that something? You want to be respected, but you'd rather be a bitch than a woman, huh? 2 years ago, my teacher said I wouldn't be nothing. Now he's looking at him like, ain't that something?
But America should keep her mouth shut. Wherever there's a corrupt regime, as much hell as America has raised on the earth, has Nigeria dropped an atomic bomb and killed people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Have they killed off millions of Native Americans? How dare you put yourself in that position as a moral judge? I think you should keep quiet. Makes sense.
Can you think of one more corrupt?
Yeah, I'm living in one. I'm living in one.
Ain't that something?
Ain't that something?
Y'all give brothers some love, man.
Thank you,
That was
family.
really good. That was really good.
Thanks.
Man,
Wow.
so all of that, dear brother, powerful expression. You just taught a whole history lesson in a 3-minute video clip, brother. Now that's a Uzi.
Yes,
That
sir.
is.
Right.
That
And
is.
so with all that in you, dear brother, and then Sister Michelle asked earlier, so for people who don't know, what is Brain Food TV?
Okay, so Brain Food TV is an educational platform based on the teachings of freedom, justice, and equality, and giving lessons to everything around us, like the plants, the animals, different ecosystems of life. I try to take and express it in a divine manner. So I compare it to the power of God and what we can do within ourselves and the things that we should do and stay away from, as we look at the example of the animals. And even so, I just got done just yesterday, last night, looking at a what is called, I think a documentary, I guess, where they have Obama narrating, and they are going to different national parks, right? And so in Japan, they have something called, it's a Japanese deer. It's really just a deer. It's just a Japanese deer. It's a little bit of a thicker fur. And then they have these Japanese monkeys over there. Now, the lesson within these animals that I must express to you all is that when these deer look for an opportunity to get sweeter food, they depend on the nature of the monkey. Because the monkey is naturally going to get some sweeter food and go to whatever heights it needs to get it. And as the deer sit and wait, the monkeys go when they grab at the berries and the fruits, and as they're sloppy eaters, so the food is bound to drop. And as the deers wait, they go and indulge in the leftovers, and the monkeys come back down. And as humans with equal opportunity mindset, they understand that they just helped out these deer to get what they wanted. And what they do is they go into fully disrespecting these deer, riding them around like horses. And guess what? These deer submit to the process.
Wow.
And so it reminded me of how Black people sit at the tree of our open oppressors, waiting to get the things that don't really benefit us, because one thing is those deers are supposed to be eating veggies, which really is the process in which makes them a healthier creature. But they wait for the scrummages and the leftovers of another you could say species, and the species is inclined to tell them, for this favor you owe us something. And then it comes disrespect that the deer want it so bad that they're just so willing to be disrespected. And it's a clear reflection in the animal kingdom. And there are many examples that show us as human beings what and what not to do, and what times where you need dignity and when you need to be self-sufficient, because somebody does have the right to ask something from you if they do something for you. So those are the type of things that I throw on that.
Brain food. Brain food. Y'all better stop Japanese monkeying around, family.
Come on now.
Get some Brain Food TV. So now, so brother Anthony, you got Brain Food TV going on, and we're gonna when we do close out, we're gonna close out with a clip from Brain Food so people can get a flavor of it. But you're embarking upon another mission right now with the 7th Region Coalition. You know, not that, you know, we're not underaged, but we're not overaged.
That's right.
but brother, you can significantly tap into not only your peers, but a younger generation. Matter of fact, maybe the next generation.
Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about maybe your conversation with the 7th Region Student Regional Minister, Patrick Muhammad.
Yes,
and the
sir.
whole concept about the next generation.
Okay, yes, sir. I thank you for posing this question. The mission and the goal of this is within the process to bring on people who can inspire this next generation to take tangible steps on what it means to be successful in whatever career path God has blessed them with the talents to take on. And so from doing that, the best option in doing that is when you invite somebody to a new lifestyle, you want to provide an easy gateway to that lifestyle. So through bringing different forms of educators and people in business, we want to create a network to where if the youth want to come out and be successful at something, that we eventually have an educational center and we have networked with enough people to be able to say that we can send this person to this person and this person to that form of employment or education. And we want to be a conglomerate to where we have people with like minds that we can circulate around. And when the youth come in, it's not just telling them what they can do, but it's showing them what we can do for them as well if they have the passion in their hearts to do so.
Wow, you know, Brother Tony and Sister Michelle, as I listen to our brother lay that out, I go back to the beginning of our work with the 7th Region Coalition and all the different and manyfold people that we've been in contact with, whether it be health, education, business. And our brother is going to take this format to our young people. It reminds me of something I had a chance to witness with my very own eyes. Some of you all are familiar with a sister by the name of Kathy Hughes.
Yes.
Or Radio One.
Right. Yes.
I remember when Kathy Hughes had one radio station. So, matter of fact, it was on a corner of Washington, D.C. in like a clear box. You can kind of like see into it. I remember that one radio station. And now Kathy Hughes, because you used the word conglomerate, brother, so I got to let people know, right?
Yes.
Kathy Hughes has an entire radio and TV network with Radio One.
Wow.
Radio stations and TV stations all across the country, and it all started with one. And we got our young brother on here who has learned to download the teachings to express it to our young people in such a beautiful way. There's a whole lot of good that's coming up out of the 7th Region Coalition, and you're going to be hearing more about the next generation.
That's right. Praise.
I have a question for Brother Anthony. Just listening to your, not just listening, but watching the music video that you made, my brother. There's some things that come to my mind because, of course, I grew up in the golden era of hip hop, and that inspired me to do a lot of things that I've done creatively, culturally, organizationally, particularly here in South Florida and throughout the country. You are, of course, the younger generation than myself, 20 years younger. I'm telling my age. And one thing, yeah. Now people trying to figure it out. But you know what? I can't, as an educator, I don't force my students to like the things that inspired me while growing up. I heard the word through the music of my time. I heard the minister during the golden era of hip hop through the music. Likewise with the reference to other things that are conscious, and that got me in the orientation towards moving towards, you know, where I am in my life today as a member of the Nation of Islam, organizing in the community, just like Brother Lyle, Sister Michelle. My first question is, what inspired you creatively in regards to your music? And how do we close the gap when it comes down to the younger generation, the older generation? How do you see yourself doing that with this platform that you are going to be initiating?
Yes, sir. So what inspired me is really what inspires anybody who is naturally an artist, and that's what God naturally put in you and your expression of what He put in you. So finding out that I was good at it was something that it really inspired me. I'm like, oh, this is good. I can make good music. You know, if it wasn't good, I just wouldn't do it. But you just got to be real with yourself. And realize when you've been given a gift that a lot of people wish that they had. And what you do from that is, what I wanted to do with music is eliminate the excuses in the hip hop industry. To say that this man may be somebody who follows the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but never had to compromise to make $1 million if Allah, if Allah sees so that I make that from music. So, to be an example, to weed out the excuses of saying, well, I think I had to drop this song. No, you really didn't. You just compromise for the things that you've seen that Satan could give you, rather than what God commanded of you to be able to be beneficial for your people. And then to help with the gap, I would say that the youth is, like I sort of said before, tired of hearing things that they can't see as a tangible option for them. So it's easy to tell them to get out of the street life, but do you have something for me that can replace this street life money? It's easy to tell them to stop getting high, but do you have something that makes me feel like I'm in a higher place in society? It's what we bring to them that may attract them away from us. Because then it's like, are you trying to sell me something, or are you trying to bring me into a better lifestyle when they've been getting things sold to them their whole life? And they usually gravitate to what's more tangible. Somebody offering a job, come work at this car wash, I could get you, you can make some more money. That's what they usually hop on. And we have to make religion and spiritual growth just as attractive, to where you're not thinking that you're joining a bunch of fools that just worship a God, but that worshiping God is a beneficial part of what it means to be a successful human being.
All right, so Brother Anthony, with that, what you just said, I'm about to put you to a live test right now, bro. Live test. Right? Here's your live test, right?
Yes, sir.
Listening out there right now are hundreds, maybe even thousands of young folk who still live at home, but are confused as hell about right and wrong, maybe even on the verge of not even wanting to deal with their parents.
Wow.
Talk to them right now. Nobody else, just talk to them.
Yes, sir. So for the youth out here, what you are and what God made you to be is something that you can only understand from understanding how he created himself. Every single one of you has the very same material that the originator of the heaven and the earth had within him to produce anything that they put their mind to. And when there were a people who came and took away our name, religion, and culture, we were given the things that they wanted to give us to be able to hold us in captivity and keep us mentally blind and unable to move forward and progress in this world. And so to have real power is not to hold a gun and to hold it to your brother's face. To have power is not to degrade your women and go and what we say, flex on our brothers and sisters on what we have. What it means to do that and to be what we can call a real G. Those people go through the grind of what it means to go against this world, take the pressures from this world, because it really, it serves you no proof of yourself to be able to go with the grain of this world. And I would like to tell you that it's not an easy process going against it, but the process is definitely worth it. And you can see, and what I can really be and try to be as an example to you, what I can ask you to do is go to Brain Food TV and just watch the videos so that you can learn the divine principles of things in this world compared to yourself. And to try to educate yourself by watching videos of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because he's not going to force you onto a religion. He's going to force you onto yourself and help you to bridge the gap between all religions and all ideologies from all across the world. So that is my advice that I have to the youth watching today.
Beautiful.
And that's beautiful, beautiful advice. You see this smile, this is one of them, what they call neck to neck smiles.
Right.
There's a brother who today, as a matter of fact, he was a former guest and a future guest on Thursday Night Talk, student minister Carlos Muhammad, who who started out as a teenager working in the Respect for Life tape connection. And so he would be in there all day listening and the videos and watching the videos and messages. And so he was inundated with the teachings. And look what God produced.
That's right. That's right. And just one more thing, you know, just even with time management, I'm not going to ask you to put everything that you got from the past and from this world down at this second. I'm not going to ask you to do that because it wouldn't be realistic to say that everybody would do that. And so I would ask you to, within the time that we find to take our minds away from what's important in this world, let's start to place some things in our mind that bring us closer to God, and just try that. Even if you have to indulge in what you indulge in, know that just listening to a few videos of the messages from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I think it'd just be beneficial in your slow progression, and eventually your self-accusing spirit will pop out and you'll start to battle with yourself.
Man, that brother right there.
A whole lot right there.
Come from a good tree. You come from some good stock. Speaking of coming from some good stock, you know, when we're ready, Sister Michelle, you may have another question, but you know, our tree of the week is actually Brain Food TV.
That's right. That's a beautiful tree of the week. All that knowledge, all that stuff, you know, just oscillating all around up here.
So I noticed with your video bits, brother, they're very short. They're about 2, maybe 3 minutes.
Right.
And so young people, you know, it can hold your attention span, right? And older folk can catch it before you go to sleep.
You know,
get those sound. Why don't we give folk right now a sample of what our brother does with Brain Food TV?
Yes,
Brain
sir.
Food TV. And so while he's doing that, you all turn off your tail live vision and get ready for some Brain Food TV. This is what our brother Anthony Muhammad does, family.
That's nice.
Peace and blessings, family. This is your host, Anthony Muhammad, here with another short clip on Brain Food TV. A few weeks ago, I happened to pose a question to myself on whether dust rises in the sun, and if it does, why? And that led me to study more about why the human being needs sunlight and what happens when we have a lack of sunlight. I'd like to start out by saying that when heat from the sunlight hits the sitting dust, the heat makes the air rise and in turn causes the dust to rise. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that sunlight is also a representation of God's wisdom and knowledge, seeing as though the whole earth, including us, needs sunlight to energize and survive. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, it reads, "The Lord God formed man from the dust of the earth. He blew into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being." Well, what happens when human beings are without sunlight for long periods of time? It causes a lack of motivation, energy, and a depressive mood. As human beings, we have what is called a circadian system, and every human being has this internal clock. And we aren't able to sense this internal clock when we are unable to see the rise and fall of the sun. So it is when we are far away from the reality and knowledge of God, when we are unable to sense the will of God, it is hard for us to determine what his will is compared to the time we are living in. When the sunlight hits the skin or the eye, it induces what is called serotonin, which is something that tells your body that it needs to wake up. And at night, our bodies induce what is called melatonin, which tells the body that it is time to rest. Without the knowledge and reality of God, we are unable to wake up from our mental sleep. Is that right? So in comparison to what God is able to do for us, the sunlight's infrared rays are able to help heal our wounds and can help ease body pain.
So it is as a reflection of the power of God to be able to treat us of our mental wounds if we turn to him like the plants due to the sun for optimization of life. In prison, if they want to punish an inmate and put them in a consequential environment, they take them to what is called the hole, which is a dark place with no light that weighs heavy on the brain and makes it so that a person is in fear of this particular consequence. So, through these examples, I hope that we have learned a divine understanding of the sunlight, and I hope and I pray to God that I have delivered it in the proper manner. So I thank you all for joining me here on Brain Food TV. This is your host, Anthony Muhammad. See you soon.
Brain Food.
Yes. I loved it.
I love it.
I gotta give a shout out. I thank you all. All praise is due to Allah. I gotta give a shout out to my brother Tony, for the whole reference in prison. He actually brought that to my attention. As
I did.
Example. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Well, they do to us what they were in, the condition that they were in for over 2,000 years.
Yes,
so
come on.
Beautiful example, brother.
No, but Brother Anthony, now I got something for you for next time.
Yes, sir.
But when we don't have enough sun, aka knowledge,
come on,
and we get acquainted with the two.
That's right.
Too. Vitamin D levels. When we don't get enough sun, it makes us slow and lethargic. When our minds are not being stimulated.
Come on now.
By the knowledge that we need, it makes us slow moving.
Right.
Come on now.
Lethargic.
Come on.
We don't have any ambition to really move.
I hope our people got some ambition to share.
Come on.
Share Brain Food TV with your youth. Because if you share these videos with our young people, it'll take a science teacher all year to teach that to your boy or your girl.
Oh
and
my God.
Homeboy Brother Man just did it in 2-3 minutes. Go to Brain Food TV. Your child struggling in English, he probably got something on English. You're struggling. Come on. Great example, my brother. Awesome example.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have a question if nobody else has a question right now. Okay. So my question is, so what are the benefits? And we just touched on it, but what are the benefits? And we're talking to the audience. Will they get if they listen to Brain Food TV? Let's talk about the benefits. What's the benefits? And then I have another question behind that.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you for asking that. And the benefit that you will get is context and understanding, because a lot of people give knowledge, but they don't give you context and understanding. And when you have the proper context and understanding, as it is with a tree, you have to start out with the proper roots. And as you grow up, you need the proper soil and environment to be able to grow up. And so I'll try to make it to where the environment that we are living in is a lot easier to understand and move around in. And I just think that all of us can really benefit from the teachings of the Most High Boy Elijah Muhammad, because it touches on every single aspect of life. And it gives me an opportunity to teach on every aspect of life. And as the Final Call newspaper comes through every week, I'm able to take articles from that and turn it into something interesting, because we got brothers and sisters that just will tell you, I don't read. And now I can tell them that I understand, because you are like many of us. And now I can relegate them to Brain Food TV and get them to open up their minds to understand that the knowledge that they're seeing is something that was first read. And hopefully I can inspire them to get into more books off being an example, if that makes sense.
Beautiful.
Brother Anthony, you just noted the difference between information and knowledge. Information can just be information.
That's right.
You know, but knowledge is information that is meant to be applied.
That's right.
You know,
That's
so that is the big difference between the two.
Great word.
Sister Michelle, you had a follow-up?
Yes, I should, and this is going to help us to help land this ship.
Yes, ma'am.
So the other portion of this question is, and what is your ultimate goal for Brain Food TV? What's the ultimate goal?
Yes, ma'am. So the ultimate goal would be to replace the eyes and viewers of CNN, to replace the eyes and viewers of an NBC, in the Fox network, to where they are all compromised on what they are allowed to say of the truth and what they have been given that covers up the truth. And so as people get into that dark time and are tired of hearing the oft repeated lies, I hope to be an available outlet that can really reach out to the youth and be what we can call, I guess, an underground station. And I would like to branch out and eventually have a couple people come on that can do international reports, you know, and do economic reports, because I'm not so interested in those topics. I'll be honest. I'd like to put my head where my heart is, if that makes sense. And it's already enough. It's enough information out there for everybody to be shared. And so I would like to just find people who find interest in those things. They, you know, they are looking to be an influence in economics, or looking to be an influence in what it means to educate on the international level of understanding and education. So I just want to broaden it up to where we could really replace the knowledge going on these major platforms.
Brother, you are well on your way. And I want brothers and sisters in the chats right now, give our brothers some encouraging words about what you're getting from him. See, because we keep on talking about, we believe that our children are the future, but when they're on the right track and the right train, let them know they're on the right track and the right train. Let them know that it's encouraging and it's uplifting and it's working, dear brother.
That's right.
Salute.
And Brother Anthony, I want to say this, just the fact that you're not having it in mind to do it all yourself. That is a key ingredient of leadership.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said.
You're going to be doing like the God and extracting from the triple darkness, brother.
Praise be to
Allah.
Allah.
Some talents about
Yes, sir. Inshallah. That's right. That's exactly what we will be doing, dear brother. That was lovely put. Definitely.
So, Brother Anthony, on that note, why don't you take right now to the audience and any closing words that you would like to share with them, dear brother, about whatever's on your heart and your mind.
Yes, sir. Just coming up on these reports for the next generation, you know, let's do our best to share what's on this platform, right? It takes 2 buttons to be able to share anything on the 7th Region Coalition platform. And if we really say we are about spreading the truth, it's so easy to repost a joke, something funny of that nature. But for us who may have at any time in our lives complained about the condition that our people are in, let's take those 2 clicks, those 2 flexes of the muscle to be able to share this program off to people who need this knowledge, because it's not enough just for us to have it. What's the point of having it if you can't create an environment that allows you to be that at your full potential? So
that's right.
You know, we don't want to be fighting Satan's world until we don't want to be doing that. We hope to accomplish it before we see that grade, and if we can, let's make it expedient. Yes. Wow. So that's what I do have to say.
A beautiful addition to the 7th Region Coalition, a beautiful addition to Thursday Night Talks, a beautiful addition to the next generation. Salute, my brother. Very well said and done.
Very good job. Very good job, Brother Anthony.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
I appreciate y'all for having me on this platform. It's definitely a blessing.
Oh, praise be to Allah. I was just about to say, you know, we're very proud of you and all the youth that I see on social media that are doing. I think we have I Deny as well, you know, so you have on the MGT side. So I'm just glad to see the youth you guys are doing what you're doing. You're out there, you're expressing yourselves in a way that is going to attract others, right, to our way, right? Meaning just being very submissive, right, to Allah, and just falling into our place, you know, in this world. So I'm just proud of you all, and I'm glad that you guys are doing something, you know, right, in a more positive way. Because, like you said, there's so much junk, there's so much stuff out there. It's just it's overwhelming.
That's
after
right.
a while. And if you think that we're annoyed by it, the young ones are sucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you can see it happening really live in the streets because they're just playing what they're seeing in the streets. And it's just, it's a horrible time. Anyway, I digress. I want to again thank you for coming on to the show. And, you know, as we're doing our closing rounds, because you got a little bit of it last week when you were here, you know, make sure that you maybe show us one last clip, you know, before you close out, of something that you want people to take away from Brain Food TV, or something that you might have put together, just a reminder so that they know where to go, you know what I mean? And make sure that they have the right place where to go on how to access your information. That's key. They need to know where to go, where to access it. So I'll kind of pass it back over to, I'll give it to Brother Tony, because we got to do our rounds. I'll give it to Brother Tony, but I just want to thank the audience. Thank you for all hanging in there. All those that are observing Ramadan. It is almost time. If you're on the East Coast, it is almost time to break. So
it's time.
It's time. From a true black man that's waiting to break it down. Anyway, I'm your sister Michelle. I'm very thankful to be the hostess for this evening. Again, we miss you, Sister Kalila. So we're praying that you has made it to your destination safely. But anyway, we
know you're doing something, Sister Kalila. And I'm gonna say for those y'all who ain't doing nothing, you better get some Brain Food TV, because you ain't doing nothing anyway.
That's right.
That was for my Sister Kalila.
So anyway, I'll pass it over to Brother Tony. He'll pop it back over to Brother Anthony, and then Brother Lau, you close us out. There we go.
Families, thank you so much for tuning in as we continue to guide you to information, to knowledge that will help save our lives in this hour. We thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Brother Anthony, for your wonderfulness and in your youthful expression and your guidance, my brother, in the work that we're going to be doing together. We're going to be leading all of our people, all the generations. We are collectively the Farrakhan generation. We're seeking to guide our people to safety in this hour. I thank you so much for having me on also. Let us continue doing the work. Peace and blessing, family.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Anthony?
Tell them how they can reach you, brother.
So you can go to Brain Food TV on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, And if you'd like to see the music, the YouTube for that is Thinny Music. So THINNY. The name comes because I am thin and my name is Anthony. So Thinny was the perfect collaboration to put together. So yes, THINNY. Ain't that something? Please go check that out. And let's do our best to try to fill our minds with some information that brings us a closer understanding to God. That's the best feeling you can have at this in the world at this time.
Wow.
Beautiful. Just two things to close out. One, inspired by you, Sister Michelle. Those of you who are watching and those who will watch this on replay, Sister Michelle, you said something so powerful. There's a lot of young people who have platforms that are out there doing some wonderful things. Drop those names into the chat so people get those links and we can begin to spread that love even more. So if you know young people that got positive, informational, and inspirational platforms that are doing outstanding work like Brain Food TV, continuously drop them in this chat. And you know how we always like to say, family, we are not a gang, we're not a clique or a crew. We are the Seventh Region Coalition, and we do love you, so we got to represent right now. Seventh Coalition!
I like doing the finger thing, brother. They don't know that. They don't know
that.
Listen, we will do it. We thank you, Ramadan Mubarak. Break fast, everyone. Oh, make prayer, then break fast.
Make prayer, then fast.
That's right. That part. All right. Love you all.
Assalamu alaikum.